Get ready for the biggest moves in motorsport. We start with Christian Horner. What is former Red Bull Chief's most likely route back to Formula One with imminent return now possible? After his departure from Red Bull in July 2025, the Brit is exploring multiple paths to returning to the paddock. We dive into the details of the group interested in acquiring a stake in Alpine and what this means for his future in the sport. We shift gears to pure glamour as we head to Monaco. Destination Monaco, an F1 fan's guide. Discover everything from the historic Monaco Ville to the breathtaking views from the Tite de Chine lookout and the incredible Mediterranean cuisine. Don't miss this guide to exploring the Principality. Christian Horner is reportedly exploring multiple avenues to return to Formula One following his departure from Red Bull in July 2025. Approaching a year since his sacking, the 52-year-old is actively seeking a new opportunity, with recent appearances at MotoGP and Formula E events signaling his renewed presence in motorsport. One of the most significant avenues discussed involves acquiring a stake in the Alpine team. Horner was part of an investment group that had previously expressed interest in purchasing a 24% stake in the US-based firm's ownership of the team. This stake could grant him greater influence than he held at Red Bull, potentially mitigating the risk of being ousted. However, the Alpine saga has been complicated by interest from Mercedes, led by his former rival Toto Wolff. Adding an ironic twist, McLaren chief executive Zak Brown has been actively campaigning against a potential Mercedes-Alpine deal, driven by his opposition to the concept of A and B teams in F1 and his ongoing efforts to prevent Red Bull from owning multiple teams. Another potential path involves a venture into a new team, specifically with the Chinese manufacturer BYD, which is reportedly keen on becoming the 12th F1 team. Horner was recently spotted at a BYD event, suggesting discussions regarding a potential project. While setting up a new team is a significant undertaking, Horner's background in building successful operations suggests he could be suited for such a long-term project. Beyond these specific team routes, Horner is reportedly not interested in returning to the pit wall merely for the sake of it. Analysts suggest that for a swift return, he would likely require an equity stake in a team with genuine potential to win in F1. Other potential options include a standard team principal role, though specific teams like Ferrari, Aston Martin, or underperforming outfits could potentially be interested. The possibility of him moving into another motorsport category remains, but the consensus points toward a F1 role requiring a substantial stakeholding. Investors are flocking to Formula One teams amid soaring valuations, viewing them as a safe investment opportunity. However, the current race to acquire a stake in the Alpine team has reignited intense debate over multi-team ownership within the sport, particularly concerning potential involvement from Mercedes. The Alpine team is offering a 24% stake, which is currently being pursued by several parties, including Otro Capital, Red Bird Capital, and Maximum Effort Investments, backed by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Crucially, Mercedes has reportedly expressed interest in acquiring a stake in the squad, given its existing engine supply arrangement with Alpine starting in 2026. This prospect has brought the long-standing concerns raised by McLaren Racing's CEO, Zak Brown, to the forefront. Brown has formally expressed his misgivings to the FIA president, Mohammed Ben Sulayem, detailing sporting, technical, financial, and governance issues surrounding multi-team ownership, urging them to be addressed as a priority. Brown has consistently argued that F1 needs to align with other major sports leagues, which strictly forbid multi-team ownership, citing precedents in the NFL, NBA, and MLB. He contends that the current environment, where teams race continuously under one ownership umbrella, is unsustainable given the sport's growth. F1's regulatory structure, governed by the Concord Agreement until 2030, currently permits teams to use customer parts from other teams, a model used by teams like Haas to manage development costs while maintaining independent ownership. Brown specifically targeted co-ownership structures and alliance relationships, pointing to the potential advantages they offer. While acknowledging the institutionalization of setups like the Red Bull and Racing Bulls Alliance, Brown emphasized that F1's current boom means close technical alliances or team co-ownership may no longer be necessary. He questioned the implications of Mercedes gaining a stake in Alpine, suggesting it could be a move to deny other entities, like Christian Horner, future involvement. The FIA president offered a cautious response to the Alpine situation, suggesting it might be acceptable provided it does not lead to acquiring additional voting power within F1 or to prevent others from pursuing such investments. However, Ben Sulayem personally felt it was not the correct path. In contrast, soccer has seen more structured responses to multi-club ownership, with UEFA imposing rules requiring owners with interests in multiple competing clubs in the same competition to place shares into a blind trust to restrict influence. F1, however, faces a unique challenge as its teams are constantly competing against each other in every race. Mercedes is set to enter the Canadian Grand Prix with a clear objective: to challenge their rivals on the track. The team is reportedly focused on making a significant impact during the race, signaling an aggressive approach as they head into the competition. Monaco, beyond the Grand Prix glamour. Monaco, renowned globally for its Formula One heritage and dazzling allure, offers a rich tapestry of experiences extending far beyond the racetrack. For visitors, the Principality provides a compelling blend of history, luxury, and Mediterranean charm. The Monaco Grand Prix itself is an unparalleled spectacle, defined by its iconic circuit carved into the harbor of Monte Carlo. However, the true appeal of Monaco lies in exploring the city itself, from the historic lanes of Monacoville to leisurely lunches by the harbor, rewarding those who take time to discover. Essential facts for visitors include a population of approximately 38,100, a time zone of UTC+2, the French language, and the euro currency. Visitors should note the Type E and F power sockets and prepare for Mediterranean warmth, with average daytime highs around 21–23 degrees Celsius during the early June race period. Key attractions for any visitor include the Prince's Palace of Monaco, an embodiment of the Principality's history, which features a daily changing of the guard at 11:55. For a serene escape, the Monaco Exotic Gardens offer a wonderland of towering cacti, rare plants, and dramatic grottos providing sweeping Mediterranean views. The Monaco Cathedral, built in 1875, is a significant landmark, housing 16th-century paintings and relics, welcoming visitors outside of services with respectful attire. Seeking panoramic vistas, climbing to the Tite de Chine lookout provides breathtaking views of the French Riviera, with Monaco glittering below. Local life is best experienced through culinary exploration. Monaco's cuisine is vibrant and seasonal, centered on fresh seafood and regional Mediterranean dishes. Visitors are encouraged to explore the markets in Monacoville for local produce and seafood, and enjoy evening ambience on the numerous harbor-facing terraces and wine bars. Due to its compact size, Monaco is highly walkable, with lifts and pedestrian streets making navigation effortless. Frequent local buses and train services connect the Principality easily to nearby coastal towns. Dining recommendations strongly emphasize fresh seafood and classic Provençal fare.